Alright, hello and welcome to the stream. Let me get the overlay up. We are here and ready to go for the 6th game of the season, and it is against the Pacers, who actually, believe it or not, have a better record than us at the moment. Currently sitting at 2-4, we're sitting at 1-4. Mind you, we've had some very difficult opponents that we've come up against. So this is a very good opportunity to bounce back and win. As you can see by the injury report, there is only one person on the injury list, and that is absolutely unheard of for a Brooklyn Nets team, especially in the last 2 years. We haven't had any sort of continuity over the last couple of years, but the only player missing is TJ Warren. I do think Seth Curry will be on a minutes restriction. We also get Joe Harris back from the previous game, in a game where you could say we were lacking offense, but we still scored 125. So defense is the one issue, the one point of emphasis, and I don't care what personnel you have, I don't care what players you want to acquire or say you need to acquire. Defense is one of those intangible things that comes with attitude, and whatever personnel you have, if you don't have the attitude attached, it really doesn't matter what personnel you have. So yeah. Situation, the starting lineup remains the same as well. That's not surprising at all. I will source the Indiana starting lineup because that is equally valuable. I do know Miles Turner is missing. So we've got Halliburton, Buddy Hield, Chris Duarte, Jalen Smith, and Isaiah Jackson. I actually have watched a fair bit of Pacers basketball, given they are on... a few players are on my fantasy team. So, yeah. But they've got some really nice pieces. Matherin off the bench, the rookie's been really consistent. There's some games where he's bound to, have a little bit of a stinker, but for the most part, he's actually been pretty good. We've also got Jalen Smith. He was a talking point as a player that we could potentially get as a centre before his draft stock rises. In order to get Torrey Craig, I think, Phoenix had to give Jalen Smith up. So, obviously a player that's valued highly. He was, I think, a lottery pick. So, he's a pretty good player. He's got a jump shot on him, so KD's going to have that assignment. Turner is out. Halliburton's been exceptional, also in my fantasy team. He's averaging, I think, 23 and 10 on the season, so he's probably going to be their number one scoring option. And Buddy Hield had a really good game last night, where I think he scored 5 threes and had 25 overall. So we're going to have our hands full, which is a bit weird to say given that they are tanking, quote unquote. A lot of teams that were supposed to be tanking this season have started the season pretty well. The Spurs have started well. The Pacers have started okay. I'm trying to think of who else, but the Jazz started well. The Knicks are 3-2. There's a few teams that are exceeding expectations, and then you have Portland, who are 5-1 and have the best record in the league, just about. So yeah, there's some teams that are doing all right. I'm not too worried. You've got a fan base that is extremely reactionary. Every loss means it's either KD's fault, Kyrie's fault. Speaking of which, Kyrie had a little bit of drama. I don't really delve into drama that much. I don't give a shit. I just care about on-court product. And at the moment, that hasn't been there. We're trying to piece everything all together. Last game was probably the best game of our season, though. And I think that's a really important thing to grasp, given we have a run of games now that are really important in building our season and setting a platform, for us to build off and basically give us a bit of confidence, because I think that's what we really need, and especially for players like Ben Simmons who need that confidence because he's lacking a fair bit of it at the moment. I think this is a great opportunity for him to capitalize. But overall, I think this is going to be a decent game. I think it's going to be closer than people think. I do think we'll get up. But in saying that, anything can happen in the game of basketball. If you rock up, you win. If you don't rock up, you lose. It's really that simple. It's not rocket science. I say that too many times on the stream, and I will say it again. But in case you've missed it, Seth Curry is back. Big inclusion. Joe Harris has returned. I don't know who's going to lose minutes. I'm probably assuming Patty Mills. Also, some news had surfaced in the last couple days that Cam Thomas is upset. I don't know how much truth there is to that, but especially in a game like the other night, you would have expected him to get a few minutes. It's a really... I don't even know what the phrase is, but it's a really tough dilemma we're dealing with Cam Thomas. Because I don't really know who the backup point guard is. Sumner, Mills, Thomas. And I thought it would be a little bit more defined, but it's very clearly not. So yeah. I think the key is, because this Indiana team... played a good game last night against the Wizards on national TV. They are coming off a back-to-back, or the first half of a back-to-back. So, we've got to ensure that we're alert. I'm very excited to see the Nets' new uniforms and the court because it looks very, very nice. I need to cop a couple of the jerseys this season because they look pretty good. So, yeah. But for the moment, we are closing in on jump ball. Just give your predictions as to who you think will get up in this game. Because I do think it's going to be a pretty good one, I think. But we've just got to be alert from the first... From the word go. Starting lineup remains the same. We should have had a bit of continuity by now. I'm not expecting anything less. Full team in. So this is what, basically, aside from TJ Warren, this is going to be the team barring any mass change. And I said, to those who have just joined us, I did say that, if you can get whatever players you want. You can make trades for Turner and Hield and all these players that have been rumoured. But if you cannot execute a scheme, you don't have a structure, you don't have attitude and mindset, you're not going to win games no matter what personnel you have. And that is why some teams can overachieve. Because they've got a sound system and these players play to a system. It's really that simple. Problem is with us, we've had some players like... I will use KD as an example. He has been scoring. There has been discussion that he has been putting up empty stats, and I don't think there's truth to that. But I will acknowledge the fact that sometimes on rebounds and stuff, he's not very strong in there. He doesn't box out some of the time. Defensively, he's been alright. He's been getting a few blocks here and there, but game impact, it's wavered a little. Or waned. I think that's the word. But yeah. Look, I just want us to play a full game of basketball today. That's the only thing I ask for. We'll get the game clock set up as players are getting announced. Big game this. You can see to my right, it just lagged extremely. You can see to my right is, well, if it comes up, The upcoming games are right there. The first, the second, potentially. It's very, very subject to change, but you can see the run of fixtures we've got there. Pacers, Bulls, Wizards, Hornets, Mavs, Knicks. There's some, probably 5 of those 6 we should be favourites going into. And there's the upcoming streams. They are a little bit different. They're subject to change. But we'll see how we go. Hopefully the stream doesn't lag at all. I just love the uniforms, though. The uniforms I'm in absolute love with. Anyway, we're ready for tip-off. Get the headphones on. Get nice and equipped. Okay, let me just send this away. Alright. Those jerseys look so good. Man. I love them. Alrighty. As soon as I can cop, I am copping. Alrighty. So, from the word go, as I said, we need to start on song. We need to be 100% there. 100% engaged. Execute on both ends. Defense needs to be a common trait. And we need ball movement. There was a lot of it this season. Or a lot of it last game. But probably for not enough. We needed a few sustainable stretches and it didn't really happen. Didn't last long. Anyway, here we go. And we're off and running. Indy win the tip. And I've got to turn on the hotkey. Okay, we get the turnover. Or force the turnover. And we're off. Royce. Ben! N1. Let's go. Benjamin Simmons, the alley-oop by Royce, and we're off. That's what I want to see, Ben. Free throw is good. So Ben converts the and one. That's unheard of. Halliburton, near turnover there actually. Healed to Duarte and back to Healed. Guarded by Clax. He nearly lost the ball. Halliburton feeds it to Smith. Jump shot from the mid-range. He's off. And Ben with the rebound. Post up. Kick out. Royce. Hesitation. Alley-oop. It's going to be a push by Jalen Smith. And we're going to get a couple free throws coming up for Clax. See, that was an excellent offensive play. Every player got a touch of the basketball except, I reckon, Kyrie, who was sitting in the far corner. It's not going to be a shooting foul. I thought it was, but apparently refs thought differently. KD, alley-oop attempt went unsuccessful, and now Pacers in transition. Duarte to Halliburton and back to Duarte. Switch, Royce guarding. Duarte over the top. He misses. And, oh, wow. Isaiah Jackson had a putback attempt. And he missed it from point-blank range. Ben Simmons to the corner. Gets it back. Hands it off. Gets it back. And now in the post on Jalen Smith. Tries to muscle his way. Hook shot. I'm liking the mindset, though, from Ben. Here's the opportunity. Take it. Healed. Claxton stays with him. Kick out. Halliburton from, like, way behind the line. Good for my fantasy team, but not good for our prospects of winning if he's going to score those. Simmons handoff to Kyrie. To the corner. Royce. He airballed it. What the fuck was that? Damn, that's trash. Halliburton nearly lost it. He's still got it. He's guarded by Clax. Step back 3, and it's going to be called a travel. He took about 5 steps to his right. He did the gather, and then took an extra side step. So, a bit overeager there. So 3-all. 3-all. Simmons drives on Smith again. Kick out to Royce. Looking for the handoff. KD just tells him go to the hoop. Extra feed. Clacks. Well done, KD, for just telling him. Give them a little bit of work to do. Jalen Smith with the hook shot is good. Ben gets into the set quickly. Royce, extra pass again! Claxton. Royce is being a bit of a distributor early. Heald hits back iron. It's just the extra pass that Royce is doing. He's not going for the layup, the contested layup. Kyrie, Royce, you got to hit that. He's missed it again. Man. Royce might as well be as bad of a liability, or as much of a liability as Ben from 3. Seth Curry is getting ready to check in, and thank God. That was really careless by Ben. He's just given it straight to Halliburton. Oh, that was fancy. Halliburton did a little bit of a no-look spin pass there to Jalen Smith, who was cutting down the lane. He got fouled on the way through, and he's shooting a couple. So, look, I can't complain with some of our offensive play, but once again, it's the simple turnovers that are easily preventable. Jalen Smith bricks number 1. Seth Curry's in for his first action this season, including the preseason. And I would assume Royce is going to the bench. Claxton's going to the bench. That's a weird lineup. So we've got shooters. Jalen Smith makes the second. And Kyrie brings the ball up. I will look at chat in timeouts and whatnot if you are saying anything to me. Kyrie, cross, uses the screen of Ben and is short on the 3. So Tyrese, Jalen Smith, and now Duarte. Guarded by Kyrie. Smith nearly just threw it into open space. Heald, spin, lost the ball, and Ben picks up the steal and will win the ball for his team. Heald will pick up the foul. And it's going to be interesting to see if Seth Curry just gets back to where he left off from the three-point line, because he had some really good games in the back end of last season. High efficiency three-point shooter. Kyrie, guarded by Duarte. No passing. Good pull-up, and he's got it. So, I'm pretty happy with this start, to be honest. It's been a few careless things, but overall, not a lot to complain about. Jalen Smith off the pick and pop misses the 3. Back iron. Kyrie into the paint. Kick out to Curry. Kyrie moved to the baseline and scored another couple. We're getting a timeout early. It's 11-6, and it is, well, just under 5 minutes have elapsed. All right. A new Ben. We've got a couple Pacers fans in. Got to try something other than Clax and Ben. I do agree. I think it's a decent idea. Decent thinking by the Nets staff to bring in Seth early and send Clax to the bench. Given Clax has been in the dunker spot a couple times and scored off the back of that. Let's just have a look at the box score early on. And that's not what I want. I want this.
it's going to come up. Where you at, though? Here we go. Yeah, the net's got to get more size. I do agree, but look, you got to have a sound defensive scheme before you make any changes. As I said earlier in the stream, you can get whatever players you want, but if the defensive scheme doesn't hold up, then it's useless. You can get Miles Turner, but if your defensive scheme is useless, then his capabilities aren't maximized. And we've seen on numerous occasions, players' schemes aren't being maximized. You can see, or players' abilities aren't being maximized. You can see the box score at the moment, Halliburton with 3 and Smith with 3. Already a few fouls being picked up. And that's that. And for KD, well, KD hasn't scored. It's been Kyrie, Claxton, Ben. 3 points for Ben. Royce O'Neal with 3 early assists. So pretty good stuff there. Moving the ball around, letting it pop. Some shooting center to work with Ben. Well, Jalen Smith was actually a discussion point. I saw on Twitter. A lot of people wanted him on the team. He would have been a good kind of player, but obviously young as well. So you've probably got a few things to work through. Given young players still have a lot to work on in regarding their craft before they become a full NBA player. It takes like 3-4 seasons and probably even longer for centers and power forwards to, reach where they want to be, unless, of course, you're best of the best, high caliber type player. Looks like we're going to get the same lineup we had before the timeout, which consisted of Ben. Well, the entire starting lineup, except Curry replaces Clax. So we return, and it is 11-6. Halliburton with the ball, and now Jalen Smith up top. Halliburton, guarded by Royce pretty tightly. Looks like he's going to get that assignment for the majority of the game. His drive is held up by KD. Good coverage. Curry stays with him. Curry with the active hands. Turnover. We're in transition. Kyrie through the legs behind the back. Whatever. Curry missed it. And he thought there was a foul involved. You've got to capitalize on that. I do feel like in the early part of the season we've had some fast break opportunities, but just have not capitalized enough. We haven't capitalized enough on the fast break opportunities. We've had times where we're like, it's a 3-on-1 or a 4-on-1, 4-on-2, and we just aren't able to find enough space. Feels like we cram the middle. There's going to be a foul as the ball was entering the court on Seth Curry. He found himself on Jalen Smith under the basket, and it looks like it's just going to be another side out. And they'll resume play at the top of the key. And now Halliburton to Duarte. Screen set by Jackson. Step back. Is off. Get the rebound. Of course, KD does not. Jackson tried the reverse and Ben Simmons held firm. Seth Curry. Kyrie. No look. Get it to the corner. Royce O'Neal drive. Got it. Joe Harris getting ready to check in now. Halliburton had a few seconds where he could have shot the ball. He's going to shoot it now. That's a high arcer, and he gets it. Can't do really anything about that. He's been on fire. So that breaks a bit of a cold stretch for Indy. Kyrie getting picked up right at the logo. He's looking for an option. The ball has not left his hands in 15 seconds. Goes to the corner. Seth back to Kyrie. Strong take. Strong finish. Under the basket. And now Halliburton. He may shoot another 3. Fancy his chances, given he started pretty well from out there. Healed. And Jackson somehow is left alone under the basket. No defensive comms. And that'll be his first bucket of the game. Good find by Healed. Ben. Hand off to Royce. Uses the screen. Ben rolled, but the pass was cut off. KD one-on-one with Smith. Oh! Tried to go off the glass and it did everything except go through the hoop. Jalen Smith to the corner. Duarte's wide open and he missed it. So we're getting let off the hook and I don't know why I keep pressing the stop button on the timer. So I'm a little bit behind here. There's going to be a foul on Halliburton. Bit gobsmacked as to how that is the case. And we've got about 4:19 left in the game. I'm just letting the clock run. Kyrie will head to the bench after an 8-minute stint. Joe Harris will enter the game. And now Ben. KD, oh, he's just too agile for Jalen Smith. Sent him to the moon. KD went the other way. And that was just an easy dunk for Kevin Durant. Bitadze is in. Matherin is in. Jalen Smith's going to shoot another three. And that one doesn't even hit rim. Joe Harris. He's got Bitadze on him. And he's going to beat him for pace. And that's too easy. They're going to have to call a timeout. And there is absolutely no resistance by the Pacers. Second half of a back-to-back, you're going to expect a little bit of lethargy. But that was just too easy. We will lose tonight. Tonight we trade Ben Simmons. That's just the overreactionary take, which I just hate. That's what I want to eliminate with this channel. I don't want to see bullshit takes of any sort that don't make any sense. I just want some productive takes. That's all I want. You can see the scoring outlook at the moment, and you can see there's a fair bit of distribution. I'm already seeing a very telling stat, and you may not see it at first glance, but we've had 9 field goals, and we've had 7 assists. And that's the key. The other day, we were very, very... Well, let me just say the ball was glued to one player a lot of possessions, and that was it. But we're moving the ball around very well, and you're seeing players that probably aren't usually aligned with getting assists are getting assists. Royce is 3, Seth Curry is 2, and Ben, probably the primary ball handlers, don't actually really have any assists, or they've got 1. You know, the Pacers, well, they're not shooting it as efficiently, and we're probably getting let off the hook. If it was a better team, such as the Mavericks, you would have expected them to knock down a few more shots. Well, supposedly, they would have done that at least a couple days ago. So, yeah. But for the moment, I'm pretty happy with this first quarter. 8-point lead. Shooting it at 60% from the field. Haven't hit a 3 yet, but the ball movement is there, and that is what I aspire to see. Or what I desire. Anyway, we're going to be back out of the timeout in just a moment. Pacers can't buy a bucket at the moment. If you have any thoughts on the game, let me know. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to drop a like. And if you're new, subscribe to the show. We're nearly at 650, so let's try to get there before the end of the stream, shall we? We've got another stream, I do believe, where we're playing the Pacers in about 2 days. So if you want to be there for that, make sure to, you know, tune in. Same time, same place. No regrets. Okay, so Nembhard into Matherin. KD doing the defensive work. Halliburton back to Matherin, top of the key. Bitadze. Bit of off-ball movement here. Matherin gets it back now. Bit of two-man play. Gets into the paint, and it's going to be a foul on Ben Simmons. I don't really see any way in how that was a foul, but Matherin has he's shown a knack to get to the free throw line in in the very early portion of his career. I don't know how many free throws he's averaging, but it's got to be up there. So Matherin's first free throw is good, and they tack on a point. And the second free throw by Matherin should be good, and is. So let's see if we can get a few more buckets, just beef up the lead a little bit, provide a little bit of cushioning. Seth to KD. Derek Favors is on the floor. I didn't even know he plays for them. Joe Harris. Oh, that's tough! And one! Joey Buckets had Bitadze on him. I don't know how we got the ball over the top, but it just trickled in. And we're going to get a free throw. Another free throw to send Joe Harris to 5 points in this game. And the free throw incoming. It's good. So we've got Derek Favors. That's weird. Why would you bring Favors in? Matherin takes it all the way to the rack and scores through contact. And I told you, the man is a gun on offense. And he could potentially have a 20-piece incoming. We've got Patty Mills and Watanabe on standby at the scorer's table, ready to come in. O'Neal to the corner. Seth Curry catch and shoot. Long rebound by Matherin. So obviously Seth is going to take a bit of time to get accustomed. Bitadze under the basket. Scores over O'Neal. And I think we needed a little bit of help defense there, because obviously O'Neal giving up a fair bit of size. They're running two bigs. I don't know if they're running Favors at the 4 or what, but it's weird. And then Royce O'Neal. Well, it's going to be Nets ball, but Royce wanted a foul. And I did think I saw a bit of contact there, but this is interesting. For the first time this season, I do believe we have not got Kyrie or KD on the floor. We've got Mills, Clax, Curry, Harris, and Yuta Watanabe. So a lot of three-point shooting on the floor, and Joe's going to shoot it and miss. Favors with the spin. Kick out to Matherin, top of the key. Ball fake. Shoots the 3 and knocks it down. Matherin's got their last 8 points, or 7 points. That's what happens when the defense collapses and you can't secure the ball. Patty's got to look here, and he's got to knock it down, and he does. That's excellent ball movement. Patty Mills off the screen, ran around the baseline and to the corner. Gee, that's a good feed by Nemhart, and Favors missed the layup. Joe Clax takes it all the way into the paint. Defense collapses. He fights through it and missed it. Took a shot, and they didn't call anything. Matherin, he's got an open shooter. Nemhard missed it. Oh my life. Watanabe sought in for the rebound, and I think he actually dunked it in. I think he actually dunked it in for them. Let's have a look. Yep, he grabbed the ball and then lost it through the hoop. He's literally escorted the ball into the basket. So, Clax to Mills. Well covered. Oh, that's a beautiful whip pass to the corner. Joe's got to hit those. Clax with the board. Open 3. Seth Curry, man. Damn. It's a great look. That's what the offensive rebounds are going to do. And we're going to get a foul on Seth Curry. And the Pacers are not in the bonus. Duarte has taken a shot. We've got 41.9 on the clock in the first quarter. Let's have a look. Yeah, Duarte swung his head trying to do the rip motion. Swung his head into the shoulder of Seth Curry, so that's got to hurt. Got a foul to give. 2 fouls for Seth. I'll tell you what, that is a good lineup though. So now the Pacers are in the bonus. Patty Mills a bit careless there on defense, but you love the intensity. And I do think we've dominated this quarter. I don't think the scoreline does us justice. The Pacers haven't really done a hell of a lot, to be honest. It's just we haven't really knocked down our shots. Crazy we say that because the other day we could knock down our shots more often than not. And look what happened. So it's really weird the way basketball works. Kyrie, high screen set. Oh, that navigation to the basket was exceptional. Just the little hesitation movement can put the defenders off exceedingly. And on that occasion, Batadze just is basically being embarrassed at the moment. Every defender is just waltzing past him, or every offensive player is waltzing past him. He's looking like a bit of a traffic cone on defense. So Kyrie with 2 at the line after the drive attempt went unsuccessful. Kyrie, man! Really feels like Kyrie's free throw numbers have gone down in recent memory to start the season. He's missed a few more free throws than usual. It's a 2-point lead and we've got about 30 seconds to play. So the 2-for-1 was roughly executed. And now it's going to rely on a fair bit of defense. So the screen arrives. Patty Mills stays with him. Kyrie guarding Matherin. Matherin took it all the way and we've got another foul. And we've got some early scoring punch by Matherin. I believe he's probably scored about half their points. He's scored definitely, I reckon, 7 or 8. And he's going for his second trip at the line here. And he scores the free throw. So I don't think they've played this well. I don't think we've capitalised enough. So 13.5 seconds left in the first quarter. It's a 1-point lead for the Nets. We will look at the box score at quarter time. Put your thoughts in the chat. I'll have a little look. If time permits. Matherin makes both. And the lead is diminished. We did have something along the lines of an 8-point lead. The clock will wind down. KD is falling out of bounds. Or not out of bounds. Falling into the backcourt. Kyrie, what is that? That is an atrocious final shot. Like, how on earth is it that easy to force a miss? Like, KD falling out of play from absolutely nothing. Falling into the backcourt. And Kyrie putting up the most bullshit shot over 2 defenders. Like, you're never gonna score. Never. Let's look at the chat and see what's happening. It is somewhat popping off. Has to be less ISO ball. I think it's been better in this game. So many said Ben doesn't need to shoot because they have KD and Kyrie. Until the team started losing. Yeah, Ben Simmons is basically a scapegoat. Sound is low? How am I watching in Australia? League Pass. We are shooting threes worse than the Lakers, 1 of 10. That is the problem. We've had a lot of open shots and just haven't been able to convert. I don't want to put the microphone up
too much, because then if I start yelling, your eardrums are going to burst. So I'll put it up marginally. And just let me know if that's good. I can't be much closer to the microphone than what I am right now. Let's have a look at the box score real quick. You can see the scoring outlook. KD only 2 shots for 2 points. Kyrie's the high man. Joe Harris is 5 off the bench. That's pretty cool. And if we go up, you'll see Matherin's got 9 points. He hasn't missed. He's gone to the line for 4 free throws and scored all of them. Starting lineup hasn't really been that good, to be honest. Halliburton's been decent, but apart from that, like, they're shooting at 36% from the field and 33% from 3. We're shooting it at 47%. We've had 1 extra shot. It's the free throws. We haven't been to the line enough. We can't convert our threes, and that's about it. Assists are good, though. The thing is, though, ever since we've, I think, scored 2 of our last 8 shots off memory. And interestingly enough, it's only the only assists, or the only buckets we've scored have been assisted. So that really is telling me either we're, distributing the ball well and not capitalizing, which is probably the case, or we're playing too much ISO. And I do think it's the former. I think we've actually been okay. It's just the shots aren't falling at the moment. Seth Curry has had a few, and he probably has needed to knock those down. He would at the peak of his powers, but Patty Morris is in the game. Patty Mills pull-up 2 is good. Want to see a bit of that. He's knocked down a couple shots early, so that's good. And I do think you can play Patty in this scenario when you've got a smaller guard to deal with. Matherin. Watanabe stayed with him. Good defense, Clax. He walked a tightrope and was able to secure the ball for the Nets. And now Kyrie is in the game with this bench unit. Watanabe kick out to Kyrie after the drive was cut off. Patty, catch and shoot 3. And he got terribly fouled by Nembhard. Nembhard. I don't know. I think that's his name. And it's going to be 3 for Patty. So the pick and pop worked. Or the little slip. Alright. So 3 for Patty Mills. Free throws were an issue the other night. Especially with the bigs. So the more the guards can get to the line, the better. So we've got Claxton, Morris, Mills, Watanabe, and Irving on the floor at the moment. Morris forgot it was 3 shots because he was already getting back on defense, which is what we love to see. But just a little bit early, mate. Stop jumping the gun. All right. Free throw by Patty is good. Lead goes back out to 5, and Favors will let the ball roll and bring it up. I've never seen this in my life. Favors taking it all the way and shooting a mid-range pull-up. That is something I never thought I'd see. Kyrie, you've got options. Extra pass to Clax, and he gets hacked on the way up, and it's going to be a couple. That's a good pass by Kyrie. Pretty difficult to execute. He got through 2 defenders, did the Euro, and then just slowed down time almost. I just realized it's not Favors, it's James Johnson. I thought it was Favors. Nets legend James Johnson. Can always trust him to put in some valuable minutes. Claxton missed the free throw. It just looks exactly like Derek Favors. Exactly like Derek Favors. Claxton misses both free throws. That is poor form. They're letting James Johnson bring the ball up. Man, I don't know what Rick Carlisle is smoking, but that is one of the biggest mistakes you'll ever make. Nembhard. Matherin in the corner. One-on-one with Watanabe. Shoots over the top. Hits back iron. Kyrie's going to commit the foul.
Liking the intent though. Wanted to get that rebound. Had a fair bit of urgency on that in that instance. But we're shooting it at 50% and the Pacers are shooting it at 32%. Nemhard misses. We get the rebound. And see, here's the thing. I don't know how we're only up 5 despite all that. Kyrie, Morris. Back out of Kyrie. Recognize that he's probably not the guy that should dribble. Kyrie skip pass to the corner. Morris catch and shoot. He did not even hit the fucking rim. Jesus. Matherin kick out to Nemhard, who keeps on firing. Watanabe with the rebound. Push the pace, please. Irving. Screen arrives. Switch. Kyrie on Bitadze. Watanabe's wide open for 3. Got past and got it. Through contact. Johnson overcommitted. 7-0 run. Last 2 minutes. Watanabe covers the outlet pretty nicely, but they get it to Johnson anyway. Nemhard. Paddy, why is... Okay, that was a big miss by Nemhard. Why does Paddy keep trying to force charges? Watanabe! The Japanese. I don't know what. The Japanese legend, let's just call it that. That's really generic, but you know what? Is what it is. He knocks down a 3 after scoring through contact on the previous offensive possession. And then that 3. Obviously, Johnson, conscious of the drive on the previous possession, wanted to cover the paint a little bit more, but in doing so, he gave Watanabe the space he needed to get that 3 and just let it fly. So, box score time, baby. You can see we've knocked down a couple threes in the early going of this quarter, which is lovely to see. Oh, well, we've knocked down 1, but that's almost an improvement on the first quarter. Paddy, Watanabe, you can see the bench is getting much more involved in this game. And well, that's what happened the last game as well, mind you. We just need it to sustain itself for the entirety. Starting lineup isn't really that fancy. You know, Kyrie's taken the most shots with 5. Apart from that, it's been pretty balanced. You can see the Pacers are shooting so poorly. Matherin is the high man with 9, and then it's Halliburton with 6, who hasn't played for about 6 minutes of game time. So there is the outlook at the moment. Pacers aren't knocking down their shots. I wouldn't say it's down to good defense because they've had a few open looks, but for the most part, you know, we're getting James Johnson to shoot mid-ranges. I don't know who gave him the green light to do that, but I'm not complaining. Beauty. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to drop a like and subscribe. We've got a fair few in here, so do so. Hope you are enjoying. Next stream will be Nets Pacers, same time, same place. I do believe, unless something changes, which it may, but for the moment, assume it's on. Right now, lead is 10. We've gone on a 10-0 run since the quarter time break. And it's been a very balanced performance, I would have to say. There hasn't really been a standout, but everyone has done what they've needed to do so far, and I can't really complain. Pacers have missed some of their shots. Some, I think, is probably an understatement. They've missed a lot of their shots, but as I said, I'm not complaining with that. The Pacers will resume with the ball. Halliburton. Screen. He pulls up for a mid-range, and he missed it, but he got his own rebound. Kick out to Hield, catch and shoot, no hesitation. Jalen Smith gets the offensive rebound. It's just landing in their lap at the moment. Hield, catch and shoot. He knocks it down. So that's a very avoidable 3. Like, you don't... Like, 2 offensive rebounds to get that bucket. They're 1 of 9 this quarter from the field in comparison to our 3 of 4. Beautiful pass to the corner by Kyrie. Claxton. He's got an extra pass. Yes. Paddy. Oh! It rattled around the rim and then just sat there for about 3 seconds and found a way to not go down. And then Matherin in the corner is left wide open. And just like that, it could have easily been prevented. And now the lead has gone from 10 to 4 in about 20 seconds. As quickly as my eyes could blink. Paddy. Good hesitation. Beautiful passing. Back and forth. Morris got it. Kyrie, he could have shot that himself, but he just recognised that the defence had gone to him, and Morris was the open man in the corner. Matherin gets past Watanabe, and Morris held him up, trying to force a little bit of a jump ball, a tie-up. Instead, it will be free throws because of the gather. So yeah, Morris fed it to Kyrie. Heald closed out, and Jalen Smith just completely ignored the fact that Morris was still open in the corner. I'm losing my voice already. Matherin gets a free throw. This is exhausting stuff. A lot of talking. Lot of talking in this environment. So Mills goes to the bench. Watanabe goes to the bench. Some decent minutes by them. And we've held up pretty well with KD and Kyrie getting fairly ample rest. Matherin converts both at the line, and Ben will bring it up. Ben, I need you to just go downhill. He's so conservative. He's going in the paint, though. Shoots a hook shot. Off the glass! Look, I don't think that was what he was intending, but we take those. Smith. Halliburton. One-on-one with Ben. He shoots over. Oh, my life! Halliburton is just knocking down some cracked three-pointers at the moment. I don't know if he's going to sustain that. Kyrie with the no-look to Royce. Takes it all the way. Extra feed, Ben Simmons. 7 points for Ben, and we aren't even halfway into the second. Halliburton to Stewart. No, Jackson, sorry. Halliburton was fouled. Got mixed up between Isaiah Stewart and Isaiah Jackson. Gee, that's a tough shot by Ben, though. The one off the glass. Wow. Royce O'Neal, I reckon that's the third time this game he's driven into the paint, recognised that someone's going to contest his layup, so he's just given the extra pass to Ben, and it's an open dunk. So Matherin makes another free throw. He is beefing up the stats at the moment. Beefing up the stats. He's got, I think, he's got 15. He's been at the line. This will be his 8th free throw. And we're not even halfway into the second. He played last night as well, so, you know, it doesn't really look like that's the case. Had a bit of an off night yesterday, though. I think he only scored about 11 points or something. So Kyrie to Ben. He's looking. He hands it back to Kai. Transition buckets for Pacers. Yes. Buddy Hield knocks it down. We're going to get a timeout. And that's off the turnover. Why are we so awful at defending off turnover? Why, when we're in transition, as I said earlier in the stream, we can potentially have the advantage 3-1, 4-2 on a fast break, and we somehow find a way to cram it. And all the defenders for the Pacers, well, their life is made easy because they don't need to cover ground. With them, they dip to the corners, and we don't really track. So that's where the buckets are coming from for Indy, and sooner rather than later, you thought they were going to knock those down. Sound is still pretty low? Damn. I don't know how loud I'm going to have to put this thing. If I just put it at normal, that should be fine. Are they crushing us on the boards? I don't think so. Let me just have a look now. Box score time, baby. Let's have a look. 18 rebounds for Indy and 16 for us. Very simple. So that's the situation at the moment. It's 8 to Paddy, 7 to Kai and Ben. Ben's had a good game. For the Pacers, they've hit 7 threes. And once again, shooting at a high clip. That's the big difference at the moment. Matherin's got 16 off the bench. Next best is Halliburton, who scored 3 threes without a miss. So look, mind you, he's scored some absolute bangers, but still. Pacers are trash. How are they only a point down? It's really weird. Because as I said, I don't think we've played bad. Just like some of the defending's been a bit lackluster. Matherin scored 16 and a half. Well, little over a quarter. Well, maybe under a quarter. He's played, I reckon, about 9 minutes. That's just the Brooklyn way, though. Just the ability to give role players easy buckets. Or just play them into form, generally speaking. So Seth Curry is in the game. We've hit a couple threes this quarter, which is good, I guess, given we were 1 of 10 in the first, but got to knock down a few more at a higher clip. So it's a 1-point game. So Kyrie, screened by Ben. Seth Curry, that's good. Kyrie gets it back. Shoots over Matherin. Got it. Benedict Matherin is no match for greatness. And Kyrie gets one back. So that's 3 of 5 from 3. That is poor defense. What is that? That's a great off-ball play. I didn't really pay much attention to it, but it allowed Hield to get an open look under the basket. Wide open. I mean wide open. Royce O'Neal back to Kyrie. Back to Royce. Shoots a 3. Catch and shoot. Why would you do that? That's just... I don't really know why you would do that, Royce. You're shooting it at a terrible percentage. Oh, wow. Isaiah Jackson's just missed a wide open look. Simmons full court pass. Royce back out to Seth. Good hesitation. KD's got a wide open look. No, he doesn't. He feeds it to Seth, who has a wide open look, and he's short on that. So he's missed all 4 3-pointers, and none of them, I could say, have been bad looks. So, you know, I'm not complaining with the looks we're getting. Halliburton looking for contact, didn't shoot, gave it to Matherin. Screen arrives by Smith. Matherin, it's going to be a kickball with, well, there would have been only 2.5 seconds left, but we've still got another 14 after the shot clock resets. Kyrie goes to the bench. Joe Harris comes into the game. So just under 5 minutes to play. The lead is 2. We've had it for quite a while. It could go away with the conversion of a 3. Here he is, Halliburton, forced into a pass. Matherin. Harris fell for the pump fake. Matherin missed the shot. KD with a good rebound. And now Ben. KD. Joe. Oh, my life. Hield with a turnover. Oh! KD! Made amends. Oh, my life! Jesus Christ, Kevin. And that's why I keep my mic volume down. Because it can absolutely blast your eardrums when it gets funky. Jackson with the turn. And he slammed it on KD. Gave him a taste of his own medicine. Seth. Back to Ben. Get into a set, Ben. Seth drives. Kick out. Oh, that's beautiful ball movement. Royce O'Neal into the paint. Kick out to Curry. Was a little bit messy. Ben, you've got to come for the screen. Joe's going to have an open look. Yes! Nearly was a turnover, and the Pacers nearly covered that, but it's good to see the ball popping. Threes getting knocked down. That's what we want to see. Jackson kick out. Matherin's got an open look. How are you going to allow that? He's got 19 in the game. Eggs Benedict has 19 points. You are absolutely kidding yourself. We're going to get a foul on Isaiah Jackson. Trying to defend KD in the low post. KD, let's just go back to that play. Turns it over. Converts it into a block. And then goes from end to end and throws it down with authority. It's just good ball movement. Alright. So we've got 3 minutes to play. Ben to Joe. He's got an open look. Ben set the screen, and that is another open look that goes begging. Healed. Gets past Seth Curry. Kick out to Smith. He's got Halliburton open top of the key. Instead, he goes to Healed in the corner, who knocks it down. And just like that, the Pacers have the lead. Ben. KD. Pull up. Missed it. Ben, good rebound. Seth. Oh my God. He's had 5 threes. All wide open. Missed them all. Halliburton. What is KD doing? What the fuck is KD doing? He just watched Halliburton walk it up to the 3-point line and shoot it wide open. They've gone on a 9-0 run in a minute. All their points have come from threes. They've got a 4-point lead overall. Joe into the paint and just turned it over. Halliburton, don't do it again. Oh, what is he doing? That is careless. Seth Curry. Halliburton faked the pass and then had an open look because everyone fell for it. And Seth Curry, last line of defense, decided, let me just... Oh, what is he doing? 3 personals for Seth. He's at a very bad game on return. The lead is 6. How is this happening? For the way the ball has been zipping around, like, I cannot fault the coaching in this one. I have to fault the players. And it ticks over. We're into the final 2 minutes, and they've just allowed Joe to get an open look in the corner. He didn't shoot it, though. Good closeout. Royce, back to Joe in the corner. He shoots that one, and he knocks it down. Matherin didn't even put a hand up, and it is a 3 for Joe. And he's found his stroke. We've hit 5 of 11 from deep. The problem is the Pacers on 19 attempts have scored 10 threes. Good for over 50%. And this is the same trend as against Dallas. Oh my life. Halliburton, just a little bit overeager. That was a heat check. And he's airballed a 3. So I would not be surprised if that's his first miss of the contest from the outside. Kyrie. Drive. Got it. The soft touch at the basket. 2-point game. Halliburton. Smith rolls. Ben was very lackluster there, and somehow we're forced to turnover. I'm telling you, we can't execute. Oh my God, man. We cannot execute fast break opportunities for our fucking life. It was a 2-on-2. Royce O'Neal knocks down a 3 in response. We just cannot execute fast break opportunities for our life. We'll talk about it at the half. Got plenty of time for that. Halliburton had the pass to Smith and unfortunately could not capture. Ben pushes the pace. Kyrie, he's just going to shoot a 3. Execute the 2 for 1! Top of the key! Woo! It is a 3-point shootout. This be looking like All-Star weekend at the moment. Halliburton. Is he going to respond with a 3? No, he'll get past Ben, take it to the cup, and score with ease. So the score is 63-62 with 10 seconds to play. Joe nearly fucking turned it over. Ben. Drive it, Ben. All the way. Ah. Half time. We're down 1. Wow. I'll go back to the possession that I was in the shits about half a minute ago. We literally had a 2-on-2. All KD had to do was just find Kyrie Irving. And he passes it right into the lane for an Indiana Pacers defender to read. And then they score the transition 3 with no one guarding Mathurin. The problem is, we just cannot execute fast break opportunities ever. Kyrie was too narrow. He was cutting into the area where KD was running. So it just attracted 2 defenders and it's just easy to cover. Anyway, it's time to look at the chat number 1 and the box score number 2. If I don't lag. Thank you. Pacers, yeah, this is the situation. The Pacers are on the second night of a back-to-back. We're 1-4. We're on our home floor. And we have had rest. How are we losing? How are we losing? It's time for the box score. Let's have a look. Halliburton's got 17. And you will see. He's shooting 4 of 5 from 3. Buddy Hield is shooting 4 of 8 from the field. 3 of 6 from 3. Let's continue on this pilgrimage of sorts. Here we go. 0, 0, 0, 0. Right? Looking good. Right? 4. It's not bad. He scored 2 of 2. 2 points. No makes. 22 points. 22 on 8 shots. 4 of 5 from 3. Great for my fantasy team, Halliburton and Mathurin. But please, why did you do this today? Why did you not do it yesterday when your team scored 130 odd? Why are you doing it today? If we look at the shooting splits, 42% from the field. They have made more threes than field goals. They're shooting about 33% from inside the arc. They're shooting over 50% from the outside. Make it make sense. Let's have a look at our team. KD has made 2 shots. And mind you, he has not taken many, but that's part of the problem. In saying that, we've scored 62 points with him scoring 4. That is a very good sign. He's had to play 18 minutes, and I feel like he's had way less than that. But, you know, come on, man. Let's just continue. Royce has got 5. He's had a few open looks. He's had 5 assists, though, which is really good. Claxton's only played 10 minutes, and quite honestly, I don't know if it's been for the better or worse. Kyrie's been very good. Good efficiency, 15 points, 4 assists. Can't complain. Ben Simmons, he's been pretty good. 7 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists. Could be a double-double on the cards. I think for the most part, he's, been pretty solid. Morris 3. Joey buckets. He started slow, but he's scored a couple threes now, and it's good to see those go in. Watanabe with 5. let me just turn this off. I'm hearing a cappella for some weird reason. Watanabe, yep, he's got 5. And if we go down, Mills is 8. Seth Curry is the big name. He's at 5 assists, which is pretty good. Right? I'm not complaining with the 5 assists. But the misses, he's had 5 and he's had 5 very good looks. He will make those more often than not. But regardless, I can't say offense is the problem. It is the defense. It is the turnovers. It is all those things that just kill you when you execute or do a lot of them. You know? We look at all stats. And you will see KD 2 steals, 2 blocks. That's pretty good. But turnover number. We've had 10. We've been at the line 9 times. That's not awful. 20 rebounds. 19 assists. 19 assists on 24 field goals is very good. Our 3-point shooting in the quarter, 7 of 13. So that's been... Well, that's improved an absolute shit ton from the first quarter. But turnovers? Actually, no, we haven't had... We've had 6 turnovers. So turnovers aren't even really the problem. It's in the half court. We're just defensively shit. And I don't know why it's that bad. 15 free throws for the Pacers, number 1, and 11 threes. And if you look at the Mavericks game, you will see the exact same thing. Free throws, I don't think was as excessive until the second half, but the threes sustained itself the whole game. And we didn't think it was going to be like that, but it did. And look, I actually expected this game to be close, but I didn't think it was going to be on the back of the Pacers scoring 11 threes in a half. Defensively, we haven't been awful. Inside the 3-point line, we've been good. They're shooting at 8 of 24. But on the outside, that is unforgivable. And they've only had 5 turnovers. Look, Pacers' defense is atrocious. They will continue to miss defensive assignments. That is true. We've scored 63 points and KD has taken 4 shots. We've scored 62 and KD has taken 4 shots. Do I need to say it again? You know, the offense is not shit. And it could actually be better. That's the funny thing. But defensively, man, they have had a couple open looks in the paint, which have just been met with no defensive resistance. But, you know, for the most part, it's been the 3-point shooting that sucks. So bad. Yeah. Look, I'm very excited to see my fantasy scores at the moment because Matherin is in my team. And so is Halliburton. But, yeah, Matherin's got 33 and Tyrese has got 40 and a half. That is nuts. But, just how are you conceding 63 to Indy? Of all teams that are trying to tank. I understand Buddy Hield scoring threes, but the knack at which Halliburton has scored his threes... Well, he's sort of thrown up a few prayers and they've gone in. Matherin's just been left open too much and he has a knack of getting to the free throw line, but we've got to be better on the inside. I feel like Ben Simmons a couple times, Jalen Smith has rolled to the basket after a screen and he's been a bit lackluster, or whoever is on him, Jalen Smith, they've just been a bit slow. You know? So, I don't really know what to say. So, share your thoughts. You've just got to lock down the players on the perimeter. It's that fucking simple. It's not rocket science. If you are enjoying the stream, drop a like and subscribe if you're new. We may be back for the rematch, Indy versus Brooklyn, in a couple days, and hopefully it's a bit more of a blowout and less anxiety fueled. But right now, it is just... I don't understand how you can concede that many 3-pointers in a half. And I understand you doing it once, but if you do it more than once, and let alone... Yeah, if you do it in back-to-back games, let alone once, you got a problem. With the players we've got, there is no way. Offensively, we're fine. Defensively, it is a myth. Where is a coach? What coach is in charge for defense, whatever? Who is in charge? Because quite honestly, they need to get fired. Sent to the moon, never to be seen again by the human race. Because right now, it is awful. It's not there. It doesn't exist. Mind you, we're losing by 1 and there's plenty of time to salvage it. But at the moment, like, just how... I'm just in disbelief. Share your thoughts in the chat. But I'm in disbelief how you can let a rookie score 22. You can concede 11 threes to an Indiana team who are trying to tank. Probably not at the start of the year, but they've got more ambitions to get the number 1 pick than to make the playoffs. And if we looked at the previous game against the Mavericks, I'll just cast your memory back to that game. The 3-pointers the Mavericks made in this game. They took 40 3-point attempts and they scored 20. The clip at which they are shooting is eerily similar. Are they trying to get Steve Nash fired? For God's sake, send him away. I honestly don't know how Sean Marks has had this long of a fuse, this much patience with Steve Nash, because really, you can't be doing this. With the team you've got, there is no way that this is the status. And in every game, there's been stuff to like. But in every game, there's always been one thing that has been the pitfall of this team in the result. You know? I'm just gobsmacked. I'm just looking in the Twitter comments right now. Tell KD to shoot the ball. That's not the problem. Maybe Ben can put on a Pacers jersey and hit a 3. Honestly, the odds of that happening would seem to be pretty high at this point. Disgusting. Go ahead, post some Kyrie highlights. Leading all half just to be losing. I don't get this team and KD needs to be more aggressive. I honestly could not care less. We scored 60 points. It is not offense. It's all defense. That is it. Where was the defense that we played in the preseason games against Minnie and Milwaukee? Where is that? It looked good for a whole 2 games. And now it looks shit. I'm in awe of how it can be that. It could have fallen off that much. There's just got to be something behind it, man. Find Larry Brown and make him the new coach. Honestly, any coach is better than Steve Nash. Anyone with a rational mind, I've loved Sean Marks for what he's done. But if there's one thing that he could have done, it's get a coach that actually has NBA experience rather than being a consultant. Because I'm pretty sure that's what Steve Nash was at Golden State. That was the only experience he had as a coach. Who does that? What kind of sick organization decides to do that when you've got a team that is capable of winning a championship? I've said this from the get-go and I will say it again. As long as Steve Nash is our coach, we are not even getting remotely close to winning a chip. It's just a fact. It is a fact. So, yeah. No words from me, honestly. No words. Like, it's just exhausting as well. I would kill to get Kenny Atkinson back in the seat. He knew what he was doing, to an extent. I was very critical of him at times, but for the most part, the guy was good. Whatever prick forced him out or made the calls, which I know a lot of people would say it's KD and Kyrie, but ultimately it's like the front office, innit? And whichever prick decided to do that, to just bring in a less experienced coach with no proof of success. What are you doing? Alright, we've got to get the third quarter started. Shit. Third quarter. Here we go. And we are off. My God, man. I just want to see defensive intent in this half. Clax, Kyrie, Ben, Kyrie in the corner. Got it! So, Kyrie is knocking down shots for fun in this game. All I ask is you play tight defense. We just settle too easily for the switch. It's fight over the screen, man. Buddy, to the corner. Matherin's in the game, and he knocks down a three from the corner. Oh, for fuck's sake. Who would have thought that a guy who scored 4 or 5 from 3... Oh my God! How did he do that? Clax was not intending that. They tried an alley-oop. Claxton barely grasped. I can't even say the word. Got the ball. And still it managed to just bounce in. Shooter's bounce. But, like, man. Like, who would have thought someone that scored 4 or 5 on threes is going to keep scoring them in the second half? Who would have fucking thought? Like, man, just defend. Is it that fucking difficult? Healed to the corner. Wide open 3 again. Luckily, it was Jalen Smith, who has not had, well, a good day in the shooting department. Healed. Jackson, no look to Smith. Blocked by O'Neal. But, of course, no box out. Jalen Smith with the putback. Kyrie to Ben. Drive it, Ben. Kyrie. Royce takes it all the way. Extra pass, Ben Simmons. He had a wide open look, and it somehow found a way to not go in. That's a good look, though. I'm happy with him taking that shot, because that should have gone in. Healed, guarded by Clax on the perimeter. He shoots over the top, and he knocks it down. Like, Jesus Christ. Ben. Royce, shoot it. Got it. Man, there is absolutely zero defense in this game. Absolutely zero. Halliburton. Is he going to shoot a 3? Nope. Like, look at this. Ben is just not defending the roller. He had so much time to stay with Jackson, and he just looks disengaged in that department. Like, that is so easy to fix. Ben, Claxton, over the top, off the glass, nice. Like, Halliburton, healed, guarded by Royce, gets past him. Claxton, good defense, no box out. Please get the ball. KD does not box out. Lovely. The one stop we get ends in an offensive board. So it might as well have been a score. Good, KD. Okay, that could have easily been a score for Halliburton, but bit of poor decision making there when he had an open look. He just decided to pass it off right into a passing lane. Right into the lane where we were. Kyrie, screen by Ben, pull up 3. Kyrie, he's got another one. He cannot miss. Another 3. We're going to need that offense. Please just... Oh, my God. Ben, you've got to be better than this. Halliburton on Clax. Don't give him an inch. Shoots. Oh, my God. What the fuck is this? They can't miss. They're not even... We're not defending atrocious. The Pacers are knocking down every fucking shot known to man. Kyrie scores a mid-range. Has anyone missed a shot in this quarter? I cannot tell you. But it's damn been a long time since. Wow. Halliburton. 2 screens arrive. Claxton in a switch. Do not give him space at all. Clax, 1-on-1. Halliburton to the corner. Smith. KD stays with him. Good defense. Air ball. That's it. I'm moving... Mate, I've got to get this microphone out of the way. Like, all these hierarchy bullshits. That's not even a thing. These bullshit hierarching shots. Like, wow. Kyrie, blocked. Put back, missed. Oh, my life. Man, every time we have a chance to open the lead up, Halliburton cannot miss. I mean, I'm loving this for fantasy, but that's the only thing. He cannot miss in transition. How is it this difficult to play defense? The ball movement wasn't even that fast. Kyrie was jogging on the closeout. Like, I'm in awe. I'm curious, what percentage of the time the team that outscores the other in 3-point scoring wins in today's league? Probably almost every time. 3-point shots are heavily relied upon, should I say. Obviously, the more threes you make, given they're worth more, you would win more games. It's fucked, though. Like, look at this shit. Box score time, baby. I don't even know if I want to look at this. My eyes are bleeding. Look at this. Hang on. 15 of 26 they have missed. 1 of 5 in this quarter from 3. Do something. Do something. How have you conceded this many threes at that clip? The thing is, some of them are just bullshit. Some of them... Halliburton is making threes from like 5 feet behind the line with Claxton hand in his face. Now that I cannot say is a defensive problem. That is just Halliburton on absolute crack. He has scored 6 threes in 23 minutes. He scored 23 in 23 minutes. He has been on fire. He scored 7 of 10 and 6 of 7 from 3. Every time we have a chance to score and like just open the lead up a little bit, it doesn't happen. Always something has to get in the way. They have to get a stop and then go the other end and score. So infuriating. We have literally scored like at will, and we're still losing. It's the defense that reeks. I don't even know what to say. The worst part is we've got them in 2 days. So if we lose today, they could easily just pile on the pain even more. and I don't think I'm ready for it, but for the moment, I'm living in the present, and right now we're going to get fucking stops because, yeah, I may need to draw upon a little tactic I used. KD for 3, he's knocked it down. No one can miss from the outside. I may need to draw upon a little thing I did in the streams last year that got us stops. Here we go. One more play. It's going to be the tipping point if I don't see a stop here. I'm going to bring it back. Halliburton. Defense. Skip pass to the corner. Jalen Smith 3. He's got it. I mean, you're fucking kidding me. That is it. Okay, it's time to pull it out. Pull out the chant. I need to use it because right now it's atrocious. KD. Good change of direction. The lead is tied. Here we go. Stop. 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 It's a foul. It's better than a score. It's better than a score. I'm telling you. Just saying stop repeatedly for 24 seconds will net us a defensive stop. I'm telling you right now. Look at that. Who would have thought Ben Simmons gets the steal, but then doesn't go. He just, like, we missed the shot because Ben just didn't take it all the way. He turned around and did a full fucking horseshoe turn, and in response, they score. As I proceed to not say stop. Kyrie for 3. He misses. One team is not going to be able to hold this up. Halliburton. Drive. No hands. And it's going to be... Oh my god. Fucking joke. No boxing out after they missed. Can we just play defense for once? Ben. Oh my god. He missed a hook... little push shot from 10 out. You've got to take it further, Ben. Go into the paint, for fuck's sake. That's an easy dunk off a pick and roll. No defense. Who is doing that? Have some coverage. Have some fucking decency. KD misses the 3. This is not going to hold itself up, and the lead is going to balloon if we're not careful. Stop. 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 Okay, we've got to stop. Get the board. No, we didn't! Mate, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to criticize Ben heavily for this. First, he misses... Well... First, he holds up a fast break transition play because he doesn't want to shoot. Then he misses a little push shot from about 5 feet out. Then doesn't defend a pick and roll. And then when we do get a stop, he doesn't box out. And lets someone with more hunger get the ball. Lead is 89-82 with about 4.5 to play. I'm telling you right now, the stop chant works. I'm going to do it again. Stop. 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 Beautiful. I'm telling you, it works. We force the shot clock. If I say stop repeatedly, they don't get good shots. And now we need to score one of our own. Start driving to the paint because we keep shooting threes, or KD has in the last few possessions. And we're going to get a foul, and it's going the other way. Typical. Just when we got a bucket, Ben Simmons came in clutch. Moving screen. Fucking joke. And now it's going the other way. Stop. 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 Ben! Okay. It was a miss. But Ben, no hand in the face. Just letting him shoot. Uncontested. KD into the paint. He missed it, but he put it back and scored. And we're going to get a timeout. I'm telling you the stop chant works. Only OGs know that the stop chant does work. Where is Durant? He's there, but not with much of an influence. Ben been doing free throw range hook shots. Even Giddy drives harder. Giddy's going to be a gun. Ben, my guy, he's got all that size for what? For what? Blew a big lead. Surely we won't lose today. You would hope so. I mean, all we need is stops. And as long as I say stop every single time Indiana have the ball, then we should be okay. But man, I've never seen anything like it. I'm telling you, if Ben is engaged defensively, it makes the team look so much different. But the problem is, he has not looked like that. He's looked very, very pedestrian, I think is the correct word. Like, some just absolutely lackluster on pick and roll defense. Lackluster on the perimeter. Like, I don't know how much his back is hindering him, but man, that is just like, you can't have that mindset. That mentality is just, I'm not welcoming that. Like surely. Like, that defense just, it doesn't just disappear that drastically. And neither does the offense. It's all confidence-based. I don't want 20 games to pass and we still haven't seen Ben develop confidence. Like, we're slowly seeing it, like, just trickle out. But for the moment, it is, like, it's such a teaser. Because I can see that there's glimpses. It's always like 25% is missing, and that is the 25% that makes every single play. Like, for example, a fast break opportunity. He gets the steal, he runs it to our basket, and then just does a horseshoe turn, and his back's to the basket again. You know, like, so frustrating. Anyway, we're back, and I may need to employ the stop chant if a score is created. Defense collapse. That is our ball! Betardze, I thought, just fumbled it out of bounds, but... So we got KD, Utah, Claxton, Harris, Seth in the game. Duarte off the catch. He knocks it down from the corner. I mean, he couldn't make a shot in the first half, and he's just knocked that one down. Like, they are 18 of 31 from 3. They're shooting it at 58%. Come on. KD shoots over the top. Jalen Smith right in his face. No worries. Matherin, screen. Clax, I need you to be right on him. Good work, Clax. Forced the tie-up. Matherin turned it over. And now we have to hold up the play. Oh, that was nearly a turnover. Please don't be an idiot. KD is getting absolutely wrestled in the low post. He had Nemhard on him, who's giving up an exceptional amount of size. And that was always going to be a foul. James Johnson's in the game. Nets legend. Let's see if he can repay the faith. But just getting us back in the game with some really shit minutes. Let's have a look. Clax. Into the paint. Missed it. Like the intensity, but my guy, you got to look for another option there. Bitadze. Duarte nearly lost the dribble. He drives on Harris. Goes baseline. Forced into a pass. Johnson top of the key. Kyrie, you can't get sauced up by James Johnson. Please don't do this to yourself. Matherin. Good defense. And Kyrie picks his pocket. Transition. It's going to be a foul on Johnson, and it's going to be a take foul, surely. Which means shots and ball. Let's have a look. So KD stripped Matherin, and then your Johnson just, yeah. That is going to be free throws every day of the week. KD, I don't think, has been to the free throw line. That could be a vital point down the line. So we get the point and ball. Lead down to 5. So Joe Harris from the side. They're doing all this without Miles Turner as well. Kyrie fakes the pass, had a wide open 3, and he knocks it down. Nembhard to Duarte. Guarded by Kyrie. I need defense. In the post, Bitadze on Watanabe. Someone needs to help him. Oh, what? A foul on Watanabe. Sometimes I just wish they would let basketball run. All those little nitpicky fouls. Like, sometimes I just wish that they could, you know, not be as, yeah. Well, Bitadze's missed the free throw. I just wish they would just let the play run a little bit more, because it's really stop-start the game of basketball. Anyway, free throw incoming for Bitadze. So one to come. Let's see if he makes or misses. And it is a miss. So we could tie the game up or take the lead after it was nearly getting away from us. Good pump fake, Watanabe. And then he just passed it away. What a stupid fucking idea. Man. Good defense. Good Joe. Switch. Joe is now on Buddy. Good cross. Joe stays with him. Force the pass to Duarte. Deep 3 over Clax. That's a terrible shot, and it's going to be Nets ball. Defense has picked up recently. And I do think Joe has set a precedent. A lot of people slander his defense, but I think it's one of the more underrated aspects of his game. He's got grit. KD did the rip. The little rip action, and it will send him to the free throw line. No, it won't. They're in the they're not in the bonus. So foul to give. 54.5 left in the quarter. Let's see what's drawn up. So Claxton, screen set by KD off ball. He gets it now. He's got Clax as the roller. Looks like they're going in a zone. KD over Bitadze. It rims out. And somehow, yeah, just a couple of those shots have just rattled in and out. Healed. Johnson back to Healed. He shoots over Joe. And you need to be good to make that. Joe has stayed with Healed on the last couple possessions, and he's done an exceptional job. So the lead is 2 for Indy. 6 seconds between shot and game. KD screen. Nembhard is on KD. Got to get to the basket. And he missed it. Claxton gets the offensive board. Kick out. Kyrie top of the key. Oh! 2 seconds. 1 second. What is Johnson doing? Trying a half-court heave. The lead is 2 for Indy. And, wow. Ben should be running the second lineup. He will always defer to star players. That's a good point. I would like to see that a little bit more often. Nets happy they traded James Johnson. Yeah, that guy was a bum. What a bum. If you are enjoying the stream, drop a like and subscribe if you're new. I don't know if we're at 650 yet, but we've come a long way since this time last year, so thank you for the support in that regard. Let's just have a look at what it sits at right now. I will just have a look at the box score, and you can see it's still a bit shit, but they've missed their last 3 3-pointers, and that's always a starting point. They only got to the line twice in that quarter. Had 15 free throws in the first half. And our 3-point shooting isn't awful. Let's just take a look at the box score. You can see the offensive contribution is a little bit worse off than it was in the first half, but KD has sort of picked up the slack. He took 9 shots in that quarter. Kyrie has stayed efficient despite the volume of shots. Bench scoring, I'd like to think there wasn't really any of that by the bench. It was just KD and Kyrie really muscled the load. And then for the Pacers, 25 to Matherin, the only guy that's really scored off the bench. And then the starting lineup, Halliburton, Hield, and then Isaiah Jackson on those roles constantly. So, big quarter incoming. 1 to play. We will be back here for potentially Nets Pacers, and if not that, another game next week. So yeah, make sure to stay tuned for that. I will do the community posts to be transparent. We'll see how we go, though. This is going to be an interesting one in the last quarter. Lads, I just need you to just pull through and win this game. Just win this game for us, please. We need defense. That is the only thing. That is a non-negotiable. I'm not settling for anything less. So, that quarter, the Pacers outscored us by 1, I do believe. Definitely dominated the start of the quarter. It was the back end that we really dug in a little bit. Oh, that is poor. Oh, that is poor, Clax. You've just gotten dunked on by James Johnson. What are you doing? That is embarrassing. Joe to Royce. Screen by Claxton. O'Neal drive and kick out to Watanabe on the catch. That's... I don't know if that's a good shot, but it was pretty close to going through the hoop. Duarte, switch. Nemhard. Batadze in the post. Kick out to Duarte. That is too easy. One fucking screen and they can get an open 3. I mean... It's just shit. It is the same fashion every single time. Joe's going to get a look here if the pass wasn't garbage. Kyrie into the paint. Pull up. Got it. Oh, man. We need to get stops. That is it. You've got to get a stop. Batadze back to Nemhard. Duarte. Joe, stay with him. It's going to be an offensive foul. See, it's Joe. It is Joe. Honestly, if we're going to be serious about winning this game, Joe has to be in for the rest of the way. Because his defense on Hield or Duarte has been great in the last 3-4 minutes. Kyrie, screen by Clax. Kyrie gets trapped and a fucking turnover. So careless. One of the slowest turnovers I've ever seen in my life. Duarte. Nemhard. Get a stop now. Oh, for fuck's sake. We can't keep switching, man. We've got to just try go over the screen. It's too easy. I've never seen a team that finds it so difficult to go over a screen. There's just a point where it gets unbearable, and I think I'm witnessing that right now. It's fucked. How... The Pacers are going to hit 100 points with about 8 minutes left. And that's me being generous. It'll probably come earlier. Bitadze misses the second free throw. It's a 6-point game. Look, we've just got to make him earn it on the inside. Simple. Kyrie into the paint again. And one! My God. Good drive over like 3 defenders. Johnson and Bitadze converged. Nemhard was right on his hammer. And still Kyrie with the offhand was able to get it in off the glass. Ben returns. Joe goes to the bench. I don't get that. Joe has put in some very good defensive minutes. And that's where we're going to win the game. Ben, as much as he's been much better today, defensively, he is not offered at all. Kyrie, second free throw is good. Or the 3-point play is converted, should I say. We've got 10 minutes to play. It is a 3-point game for Indy. The screen arrives. Johnson handoff to Nemhard. And Jackson's just able to score off a roll again. Like, I've never seen pick and roll defense this bad. Kyrie's got another wide open 3. He didn't even hit the rim on that one. We need to get a stop. Nemhard. Ben, if you're going to get outrun by this guy. Johnson, no look to Duarte. Healed. Spin. Into the paint. Kick out. Wide open 3. Who is fucking on him? That is hideous. Who the fuck is on him? It's good ball movement, but I am fucking sorry. That is a joke. And I swear if it's off the back of Ben Simmons again, I'm going to lose my shit. Should never, ever come down to that. Ever. It's fucking ridiculous. I'm sorry. That is a joke. Patty Mills has to go. Patty Mills hasn't even been on the court in this half. So I don't want to hear any Patty Mills slander. He has done absolutely zero in this half. Halliburton isn't even in the game. That is correct. Every single player that is on the court is scoring threes. Why? Because the defense sucks. It is not rocket science. It is simple. Very simple to understand. We're seeing it right now. If you're enjoying the stream, drop a like and subscribe. But, my God. Why is KD not on the floor? What happened? You can have KD on the floor. You can have James Johnson on the floor. You can have fucking... Who's the worst player in the league? Cristiano Felicio on the floor. And they all offer the same thing. Nothing. Nothing. I can't... I mean... No pun intended, but I cannot defend this team. I can't defend this team for the lack of defense. I don't really know what to say. I'm lost for words. How do you concede this many threes? It usually is sustainable for one half, but not the second because you make adjustments. The Pacers have been able to do this all game, and it happened last game as well with Dallas. Look, you need a defensive-minded coach or you need an assistant that's a defensive coach. Like, Fucking hell. You can't be this bad. It's actually laughable. Pick and roll defense can't do that. 3-point shooting can't defend that. Pick and roll defense is where it starts for me. We just are so happy to switch on everything that even, like, a simple screen will either do one of two things. It'll free up an open shooter, or it will cause a switch that is disadvantageous to us. For example, Joe Harris on Bitadze in the post, because we just switched. Anyway, Joe's back on the floor, and I'm happy that I'm seeing that because he's played a pretty good game. I would have to say he's been one of our best players on the defensive end, which is something you probably wouldn't have heard any Nets fans say all season. All time. That pass is pretty good to KD. And look at that, they collapsed the defense, and KD took the shot. He's forced into a tough shot. The decision-making by the Pacers have been much better. Johnson into the paint. Stewart. It's not Stewart, it's Jackson. But Jackson is on Kyrie. How does that happen? KD shoots over the top. It's a miss. This is embarrassing. We're not driving it at all. Fucking joke. Healed. Nemhard gets into the paint. Joe, good defense. Oh my life. A foul on the floor with 1.6 left. That is a joke. There's a level of discipline that's needed, man. Jesus Christ. Long way to go, but this is fucking shit. Jackson over Ben. Ben didn't even contest. G. Johnson fucking soared over everyone. Ben! Please! Oh my god, take it into the paint. I acknowledge the fact he got an assist, but bro, the paint was so open. Durant and Irving have scored our last 25. I honestly think that's why we're losing. Because the over-reliance on them and they're taking tough shots and everything. We've got to feed the ball, man. Johnson's got a wide open 3. Okay, he hit a 3. That's when you fucking know that we suck. Johnson couldn't even make a layup last season. KD. Got it. Mate, Johnson, how is he allowed to get a wide open 3 in the first place? Fucking up. Johnson could not make a 3 for his life last year. Ben nearly got a steal, but it's going to be their ball. Ooh! Okay, so it's going to be Indy ball. It possibly was our ball, but no challenge needed there. You'd probably save it for a later occurrence. Matherin's in, Halliburton's in, Smith is in. That's the worst thing. They literally had their bench on and got this lead. Halliburton, beautiful pass over the shoulder. Jalen Smith missed a wide open look. Consider ourselves lucky there. KD, foul? Nope. 2 coming up. This is so ropes, man. This is really ropes. Alright, so KD with the free throw to send us to the ton. He does. I quite honestly think that I would rather see... Whoops. I'd rather see KD and Kyrie not score our last 25 points or whatever it was, then see that. That's just speaking volumes about how the ball's moving and how predictable our offense is. Matherin, tight defense by Ben. I need to see a stop here. Stop. 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 Okay, the chant doesn't work. Turns out, if you're just having a good day, you're having a good day. Duarte scored a 3 from like 5 feet behind the line. KD, why are you shooting that? Fucking shit. That's a terrible shot. Halliburton. Once again, Joe Harris in an isolation with Jackson in the low post. Matherin nearly lost the ball, and then he did. No, he didn't! What? No way! Oh, that is fucked! That's helpful. We can't even fucking see the ball. Oh, that is a... Oh, I cannot be fucked with these refs, man. Calling a foul before the ball's even in play, so they're going to get shots and the ball. It is all falling apart. Fucking... This gets me so infuriated, man. We're seriously going to be 1-5. Halliburton gets a free throw and scores. I don't really know what to say. Fucking have some fire. It's a joke. It's unheard of. A team like this, you give... Okay, I'm just going to use Ime Udoka as an example. Obviously a finals coach last season. Oh, look at that. An open dunk. Like, Ime Udoka is not making this team concede 114 with 5 minutes to go in the game. I'm fucking sorry. He is not doing that. So fucking shit. Apologies for the profanity, but I'm literally not going to hold back. Steve Nash experiment isn't working. Being a good point guard doesn't make you a good coach. Remember when Isaiah coached the Knicks? From the word go, I knew this was a shit fucking experiment. It should never be an experiment. It should just be a matter of... You shouldn't be wasting any time when you've got players in your prime or aging fast. Enough of the fucking experiment. Get someone in that's legit and proper hard hitting. I don't care if the superstars don't like it. They're going to have to... Like, if they don't want to play... If they don't want it if they don't get it their own way, then they sure as hell can suffer. Kyrie misses a deep 3. Ben recovers. Well done. And unfortunately, I think he fucking stood on the line, or it was a foul or something. But I don't care. Enough of pleasing superstars. Just get in a coach that can fucking let them know what's okay and what's not. And be very hard-hitting and enforcing, because the soft approach does not work. It doesn't work at fucking all. You got to be legit. You got to be proper legit about it. The Pacers have... The team has never conceded more than 23 threes in their history. They've conceded 22 threes tonight against Indy. Ben makes a free throw. Mind you, this is going to take something special. 5 minutes, we've got to come back from 12 down, and I'm not liking our chances given we can't even defend. And we need to go on a run here. Halliburton into the paint. Oh, wow. He zigzags, and of course, a fucking foul. Every damn possession is a 3 or a foul that gets them points, regardless of which way. It's ridiculous. Sam Cassell would be the perfect coach. Not going to lie, yeah, he would be all right, I would have to say. He's been in the system long enough, but at the same time, I would rather go for a coach that's proven. Like, seriously, how are you conceding 115? D'Antoni's Rockets probably the better defense than this. And we had D'Antoni on our team. We had D'Antoni. We had... Who else did we have? We had D'Antoni and we had Udoka, and both of them are gone. At organizations that are, I'd say, in a pretty good place right now. I think D'Antoni's at the Pels, if I'm not mistaken. And Udoka, well, he was at the Celtics, and then he... Probably, I don't know if I want to say he was treated harshly or not, but for a year, I mean, people have gotten less for doing worse. So, look, I don't know who's on the coaching market right now, but anyone will do better than Steve. That said, like, I just think you need a coach that can roughen this team up, because right now there's not really any heart. In the first half, we had 19 assists, and in the second half, we've had 9. And that's also another problem. Ben makes 1 of 2 from the line. That's another problem. We scored 60 in a half with KD scoring 4 points, and we had 19 assists. KD has gotten the bulk of his points in this half, right? And we've only scored 41 to this point, and we've had 9 assists. Jackson... Halliburton in the corner. He missed it. Matherin gets the offensive board. I mean, this is just story of my life. Story of the Nets. I would have to say we've gone from probably putting in our best performance of the year to maybe the worst performance of the year. Hield misses another 3. And, of course, Ben Simmons nearly... Oh, you are joking. I'm sorry, what is this? I'm sorry, Ben, that is fucking shit. You were in position to get a rebound, and you just let someone with more heart go for it and win it. And then proceed to concede a bullshit foul. I don't even know what to say. Because quite frankly... Yeah, I don't have anything to say. The team fucking sucks because there is no one kicking this team into line. It is that simple. In my opinion, that is at the crux of it all. Steve Nash is soft. The coaching staff need to be gutted. For example, Jacques Vaughn. They need to go. Seriously. I'm going to give players a fair bit of, I'm going to tell them that's their game today has not been okay either. But I guarantee Steve Nash in the huddle is not telling him you've been fucking shit and you need to lift and we need to try something different. I guarantee he's telling them, just stay focused. Stick to our schemes and everything will be okay. Give the ball to KD and Kyrie and everything will be okay. Because it's not. The first half was proof that you do not need KD to have a good game to win games. He can have 4 points in a half and we can score 60. It's that deep offensively. The offensive side has stopped because we have gone back into the shell and we have gone for isolations at nearly every opportunity. KD and Kyrie at one point have scored 27 points in a row. Those two alone. we've had less assists, less than half, than we had in the first half, and we've only scored 40 points. With KD and Kyrie scoring a bulk. Why is that, you think? Because the ball isn't moving. I mean, I don't have to say anything else. Sack the fucking coach and move on. It's been too long. I don't want to hear this experiment bullshit. It's been longer than an experiment. It's been a full-on tenure. It's been a full-on tenure. He's been there for 3 years. The best part of 3 years. Matherin's at the line shooting free throws. This game's over. As far as I'm concerned, this game is well and truly dusted. It's just fucked. I don't get how you can lose by 15 to a team with considerably less names. Like, there's so much I could say. We're going to do a little bit of a post-game rant. And a little bit of a box score dissection. So make sure to hang around for that. If you just want to hear a little bit of that. Halliburton's step back three. No good. But guess what? Look at that. Jalen Smith with a rebound over Durant. And Jackson misses. And guess what? We nearly fucking lost the board. We did though. Or we got the ball. Should I say KD? All the way. He's gotten fouled. So with 3:17 to play in the game, 118-105. Man, I also can't help but think Seth Curry's minutes should have been managed better. First half should have gotten less minutes. Second half should have gotten more minutes. I mean, not hard to do that given Seth Curry did not play a minute in this half. So, 3:17 to play. We're down 12. And I don't know what's happening here. We've got a timeout. You've got to just fucking... They've got to go. The coaches have got to go. This team should not be playing like this. For fuck's sake. Let's have a look. The Super Team era is officially dead. The Super Team era is well and truly alive if you have a coach that can bring out the best. Wizards and Bulls are overrated. Nets should be able to win at least 3 of the next 4 if they actually play basketball. They are not winning another game. And as much as Brett's taken the piss in saying the Nets will not win another game this season, well, if they play defense like this, they are not winning another game this season. And, you know, Hornets won, I believe, against Golden State. So there you go. Fire sale right now. Kyrie to Knicks and KD to Lakers and Simmons wherever. Keep the team. Sell the coach. Sell. Get rid of the coach. Fire him. Be gone with Nash. He's useless. I'm sorry. I've said it every single game. Every single game. The problem with this team is Nash. I've said it for the last 10 minutes. Halliburton better. Halliburton's having an absolutely brilliant season, so I'm not going to slander him by any stretch because he's been an absolute baller. And he's also on my fantasy team, so I'm really enjoying life with him getting threes. But in saying that, not good for the team, mate. Not good for the team at all. I don't want to hear NBA comparisons, though. That's reserved for NBA Twitter. Matherin drive. KD with the block. Come on. If we go on a late game run, Joe, KD. Oh, it's a blocking foul, and I reckon KD's very lucky there. Because I just think he hit the deck. He will get free throws. This game, as much as I said it's over, it's technically not. Unless we can get stops, it's over. It's a really tough foul. Just a bit of body contact there. Here we go. Free throw 1 for KD is good. Leads down to 10. Look, if we go on a late game run, we need to play defense. Ultimately, it's into single digits. We need to get stops. I'm gonna bring the stop chant out again. Stop. 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 No! That's it. That is it, because your fucking defense is shit. I understand trying to blitz, but if the blitz isn't effective, you've got wide open men all over the court, and especially when they can't miss, you cannot afford to do that. Oh, who the fuck was on Matherin in the corner? Oh, that is a joke. Kyrie's at the free throw line. I don't even know how that happened. But, man, it's just another common case of falling into isolation patterns and not being able to play defense. It is that simple. So it's a 10-point lead with 2:23 to play. And look, if we cannot get a steal and we try to blitz, then we are not... Well, we're conceding more points, aren't we? Healed. Got through. Jalen Smith. Top of the key. Halliburton gets through. Pull up. Missed it. And it's going to be Nets ball. Look. I'm not saying it's over. But we're going to have to move it fast. KD. We've honestly got to get shooters on the floor. KD's short on that, and that's it. We had to go pretty much perfect from here on out, and we've decided a KD isolation was the best. Halliburton, pass, near turnover. What? Oh, you fucking idiot of a ref. Free throws for the Pacers. That's going to ice it. I mean, it was pretty much iced already. Drop a like if you are enjoying the stream. I sure as hell am not enjoying watching the game. But if you're enjoying the coverage, then show your support in more ways than one. But right now, this is a fucking joke. Steve has just got to go, man. With a team of all these players, all this talent, you don't need to do anything. You don't need to gut the roster and then make it even more of a mess than it already is. KD into the paint, and it's going to be a couple shots. You don't need to make it more of a mess than what it already is. One simple solution. Send Nash to the moon. He's had enough fucking time to prove himself. He's had enough time to prove himself. It's just... I don't really know what to say. You have got to give this team a kick up the arse. And if you have a soft ass coach who in his spare time is doing fucking TikToks. Mind you, that was last season. But... fucking hell. Tyrese. Getting ready to give the Nets the dagger. Here we go. He's got a three. He got the space and he missed it. But guess what? They got the fucking offensive board. And Matherin throws it down. There you go. KD. Kyrie. Royce O'Neal. They're still playing great defense. And Royce O'Neal hits a 3 too late. Matherin. I need to see how many points Matherin has got. It's going to be a foul on O'Neal and shots for Matherin. We're going to get a challenge incoming. We should win the challenge, to be honest, because it was a push-off by Matherin. But just... Oh, Jesus. Okay, let's have a look. What's happening in the chat? The Pacers were missing Turner. I'm not sure who the other starter was you're talking about. I'm a Nets fan, mate, but if they dish up this crap, no, they won't win another game till something changes. It's very simple shit. Just fucking play a team that is supported by a good coach. It's not rocket science. If Nash gets fired, who's the next man up? I don't fucking know, but anyone. Third game in 4 nights for the Pacers on Monday, and they will still win if we do this. Look, it's a huge red flag if you concede X amount of threes against Dallas and then concede the same amount against the Pacers on a similar clip, who are fielding an exceptionally worse team. I could back Dallas having a good game, but the Pacers, nah. The Pacers, I'm not going to discredit them. I've watched games of theirs this season and have known that they're playing well. They're playing well, but not this well. And we play teams into good form every single time without failure. It is so frustrating. So frustrating. So we'll see what the call is here. And we have hit 650, so thank you to those who have provided support with regards to the channel. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. They're still looking at it. Damn, Matherin has 32. Matherin's got 32 and 6 threes. Wow. That's staggering. That statistic. That is absolutely staggering. Man, I don't even know what to say. So we've won the challenge. So it's a 9-point lead for the Pacers. We've got the ball, and I don't know what the fuck we're drawing up, but it better be a play. Like, I mean, this is wishful thinking, but I'm hoping it's a play with ball movement. But as I said, wishful thinking, if you actually think that's going to happen. Guaranteed Steve Nash is drawing a stick figure on his iPad right now. Legend has it. Wow. And let's just take a quick look. Actually, no. We'll look at the box score at the end of the game. We'll save that for the end, where I hit you with the bombshell that the Pacers have hit about 23 three-pointers. It's not even a bombshell. It's pretty much expected at this point. I would have rather seen KD score 10 points on 6 shots than see KD with X amount, like whatever he's got now, because it's actually stunted our offense. I thought we had the winning formula with offense in the first half. We just weren't knocking down a few shots, but we still scored 62. And then we come out with this shit in the second half. Mind you, the defense has been just as shit, if not worse, but the offense has been crap as well. Or more crap. Let's see what the players... What is this? Too much time. He missed the layup. That's it. Well, this makes things very easy. That was a backcourt, was it not? Halliburton, Buddy. He's just going to shoot a 3 uncontested, which he misses, ironically. But that's it. Wow. I do not know what to say after this. 125, 116. It felt a hell of a lot worse than that, given the fashion. The fashion in which this loss was picked up. Let's have a look at the box score. And I want to make it quick. The suffering cannot be prolonged. This is the Pacers. Duarte 3 of 7. Buddy Hield 5 of 11. Halliburton 6 of 10. Jackson 8 of 13 overall. Jalen Smith is the only one we're not talking about. But look at the shooting. And then we go down and we see the stats. Matherin also 32 as a rookie. That's his career high. He's only played like 6 games. But look at that. That is not the stat line of someone who's played 6 games. Look at their 3-point shooting, man. Second game in a row we've conceded 43s or more and let them shoot 50% from that. That is a staggering statistic. When we look at us, KD 8 of 20. I'm sorry, I would have rather him taken 10 shots. He had about 16 shots in the second half. I would have much rather he didn't take any. Because we looked better offensively, more cohesive with them, with KD not putting up shots. Kyrie's efficiency went down a little. It's the second night in a row we've had offensive contributions from role players in the first half, and in the second half, it turns to shit because we go to ISO. The bench, I swear we didn't get a bench point in the second half. That's another problem. And Seth Curry shooting 5 threes and missing all of them is a problem, but we can live with that because it's his first game back. The shooting wasn't poor. The problem was the Pacers, we had pretty even shot attempts with them at halftime. They've ended with 12 more. They hit 23 threes to 14. We had 29 assists after having 19 in the first half. So the assist number went out the window in comparison to the Pacers, who have had 32. And then turnovers, I'm interested to see this number. Turnovers, we only conceded 9, or forced 9, and we had 9. So, for once, our turnovers were down, but everything else was shit. So this is telling me that we weren't shit in transition because we didn't really give any away. But even still, half court offense, we sucked bad. So I don't really know what to say, to be honest. Where do we go from here, huh? Where do we go from here? Share your thoughts in the chat. I am going to go in a minute, but I just want to hear. What are your thoughts on this? What is the next step? Because right now I'm finding it very difficult to fathom. If there's any thoughts, share them. I'll give you 1 minute. If not, I will be heading out. But, I mean, defense was shit again. Offense was much better suited when we were passing the ball around and letting everyone take shots rather than KD scoring every single bucket, Kyrie scoring every single bucket. We're a better team than that. Than just giving the ball to KD and Kyrie and just saying, you handle the rock, we'll sit in the corner. Because we have players that can score, but they don't get maximized because we just keep falling into the trap of ISOs. There's a lot of issues. Ben Simmons as well. I mean, who am I kidding? Ben Simmons is an issue every game, but there were a few moments which is just terrible. Or a few moments where he just didn't look right. And he could have managed the situation so much better in a few passages of play. KD wants Nash out. Well, I hope so, because I think he will get his wish if he made that very clear. Right now, Steve Nash needs to fucking go. I don't know who you hire, but I think anyone at this point is better than Steve. Because, yeah, I don't know what to say. Nash does not maximize player strengths at all. He doesn't have an offensive scheme. Well, he does, but he doesn't use it well enough. He doesn't have decision-making capabilities. He loves to draw stick figures in timeouts, and most importantly, as I've said numerous times on the stream today, he does not know how to have a bit of fire in him. The only time I've seen him have fire is when he was complaining over a call against the Bucks. That's the only time. That wasn't player related. That was protecting his guys. But I think enough of protecting them because they just need some tough love. They need someone that can give them a kick up the arse and tell them, this is what you're doing wrong. I'm going to be upfront and honest with you. You've played shit. And here's what we're going to do to get better. And also, I think he needs to take accountability as well. Or a coach that is more willing to take responsibility. Because quite honestly, I think Nash is oblivious to the fact. Like, we just need a fresh start. And Nash has been here for long enough now. I've seen other coaches who have had less poor performances as coach stay for less. And Steve Nash has just let this drag on and on and on and on. And we've gone nowhere. As a team. The closest we got was the finals. Or was it the conference finals? I don't remember. The semis. Against the Bucks. That could have ended a lot differently. But, you know, that team should have done better. Every season has been underachievement for this team. And as long as Nash is coach, I don't think we're going to... We're never even going to meet expectations. We're not going to exceed. Ever. At this rate, yeah, we're not making any expectations that were set for us. They don't share the ball. They did share the ball in the first half. If you rewind the stream, you'll see at halftime, 62 points. 4 points of those were KD's. He took 4 shots, and in the second half, the offense hit a wall because it was KD and Kyrie scoring consecutively again and again and again. And slowly the lead actually extended because they were missing more shots with those ISOs. This team is so hard to watch every day. Same thing as soon as fourth quarter starts. KD, Kyrie, ISO. Yeah, that's it. That's really it. It's so exhausting seeing players like you can make. Honestly, you could like we've got a Pacers fan in the chat as well. Congrats on the win. Team played well, made some fucking lucky shots, but I can't fault you. You were ready, you were more hungry. And that's the way the NBA works. If you rock up to play, you will win games. But here it is, right? You could have a team composed of the following players: Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving, James Johnson, Jarrett Jack. I am aware he's retired. Retired Jarrett Jack. Steve Nash is a player at age 42 or whatever he is. And someone else. And you still would get the same result as this. I don't care what personnel you have outside of KD or Kyrie. The same result will happen if you do KD, Kyrie ISOs every possession. GG to y'all. We are going to have to come out and play well Monday to beat this team. Well, look, I don't think you're going to play like that every single day, but man, we're going to have to bring the heat because this was a very lethargic performance, a poor performance. Something's got to give. Like, usually you don't tend to sack coaches 6 games into the season, but if there's any time to do it, the time is now. Yeah, that's going to be it. I think I'm done here. We'll just let the pain rest now and move on to the next one, which is against this team. So they will remind me of the poor performance, especially if they go out and, you know, score another 120 odd. But I don't know what's next for this franchise. That is the big question, the burning question. You already know Twitter is going to pop off with some very poor irrational takes, but if there's one positive take that is correct, it's that Steve Nash should go. He's got to go. I have nothing more to say. That's probably going to be it, though, from me. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Drop a like and subscribe if you're new. We'll be back here, hopefully, for Nets Pacers. I don't know if I want to, but we will anyway. Thanks for the support, as always, and your messages in chat. It always keeps the stream nice and lively. A little bit of conversation to bounce off of. But, yeah, that's going to do it. So, thank you, and hopefully there's greener pastures close by, I guess. We'll see you soon. Have a good one.